On the subject of the registration.
And the rest. Oh, let me just finish making my point. When I'm talking, interject. You allow him to finish. But when I come up,
as you are aware, if you look at the data the Electoral Commission had put out, something stands out. Almost 62% of the people who have registered so far have done so using the guarantor system. What it means is that but for the NDC opposition to the reckless decision by Madame Jane Mensah, today, almost 62% of persons who have registered will not have gotten the opportunity to register and participate in the electoral process of this country. I want to encourage young persons who have turned 18 that they should remember this. That but for the NDC, most of them would not have gotten the opportunity to register to participate in our election. If for the MPP alone, they were resisting this laudable idea for the guarantor system. And I want to encourage as many young people who have gone through the risk. In fact, we have told the EC that even further decentralize the registration processes to the various electoral areas to make it easier for persons who have turned 18.
Instead of the district office.
Instead of the district. They have not listened because the MPP appears to support that position. And so, if you're a person turning 18 and you are going through the torture, sunshine, all these things, just to get your voter's card, remember this, that a group of people decided to take you through this painful experience. Just remember this.
See, it's
and before, as for the Electoral Commission, it is now called Error Commission.
What do you
because it is one error.
I wanted to make a point that, you see, same story, different dates. Right up to 2008 elections, appointees of President Kufuor were supposed to have money, even more than the amount of money in circulation in the whole of the economy. Same people, same story, different dates. They were in power for 8 years. Not a single
we
appointee.
are not responsible.
Oh, you see? Roland, you see?
No.
You're nice.
I deliberately decided to come in. So you have a feel.
No, it's okay.
We are not responsible for Cecilia Dapa keeping $1 million plus in her room.
In the 8 years of the NDC, not a single appointee was convicted of the perceived corruption that they are touted.
Conviction, I understand, is done by the court. Unless, of course, you have
we have done it.
We have done it.
We have taken the corrupt names that we mentioned in the NDC.
So the position is
like
that
happened
despite all the things they say about corruption,
same story, different
no MPP, politically exposed person or public office holder has been ever prosecuted by a court.
Not prosecuted, convicted.
Convicted.
Oh,
as for prosecution, they were prosecuted.
They were not convicted. But I can make a case and take it to court.
It's good.
The process will start. But as to whether you get convicted, and that's a record. That's a record. We have seen the Maslow CEO. We have seen the venture capital, Daniel Duku, and a plethora of others, showing that in reality the NDC is corrupt. And the issue of the EC and first-time voters and whether or not they use Ghana card. You see, we keep explaining to people that we are building a system. And like what other economies have done, that has been the foundation on which they have built resilient economies. That's what we are trying to do. And it's been spearheaded by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. This issue of National Identification Authority, we have over 15 million Ghanaians have access to it. But you see, when you are doing an exercise like this, and I keep saying that, but for the need for Ghanaians to have done SIM registration, where they needed to get the national ID, I'm sure a lot of us would have not bothered, not until we have a need for
I don't
the
understand.
card.
You're saying that the SIM registration
Actually falls.
No, but we already have a National Identification Authority registering people.
We did.
So,
but when people knew that if I didn't have an NI card to be able to register my SIM will be disconnected down the line, they were forced. And to date, people are still queuing for NI.
It was a duplicated exercise. Really.
I don't think it was duplicated. I don't think it was duplicated. In any case, The EC has given people options. The EC has given people options by still agreeing to keep the guarantor system alongside the NIA card. I am sure that if, in this whole exercise, if we had gone per the prescription of the EC, ab initio, where the EC said, I want to stick to NIA cards, I am sure that those whole intermittent fights and all the disagreements.
But there are people who don't have access to the NIA card, to be truthful.
How could it be? The NIA has offices in every district in this country.
Which is true.
Every district in this country.
Which is true.
NIA has offices in every district in this country. And they are accessible to everybody. The registration is being done at district offices. And people can go to the district offices for their voters registration cards. So why and what precludes them from going for an NIA card? It is not true for any first-time voter. Look, the truth is that we are building a resilient system, and it starts by knowing where the people are, who they are, what they do, so we can plan properly in this country. And that is the essence of us making the NIA a primary requirement for all identities.
What advice would you give the EC, where they seem to make publications in terms of how many so far have been registered, and then subsequently we get to find that they then come and alter in terms of their infographics and all? It raises concerns.
From what I gather, it's a result of some infographic presentation, challenge. A pictorial representation of the actual figures. That is where the challenge came from. But I'm hearing that subsequently it's been corrected.
Yes.
I don't expect the EC to be making such mistakes, especially in its publications. I want an EC that is perfect. Close to perfect. I mean, nobody can be perfect though. But the EC should be very, very, very close to perfect and bear us all of this, because somebody is going to try to foment some problem because of some typographical error or some pictorial presentation of some data that wasn't right. I expect that the EC learns from some of these things and make sure that subsequent publications are as close to the perfection as possible.
All right. Well, so Eduji Tamakloe has left us because he has an exercise to undertake as quickly as possible. So Musa Abattoir in Aswanse, you wanted to react to?
No.
Okay. Musa Abattoir in Aswanse says the handlers of Dr. Bawumia are not helping him because they are not managing his utterances in a manner that will not expose him to public ridicule, because they should know that he had made a statement and the statement was in context. And so if he wanted to give people a certain campaign promise related to the same statement, then it had to be better described and put in context. Prince Henry says, Roland, tell Honorable Issa that we heard what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said. Dr. Bawumia said the MPP has completed the dam, and in quotes, yeah. And it will be the biggest achievement by the MPP for the North. And then he also adds, let's not forget that Keta Seaport, which is also left, has a DG and has a, okay. Now, let me also add this one from Master Planner Junior Kintampo. Good morning to you, Zach. He says, Abuga Pele, Daniel Duku, Bafo Boni, and 9 other NDC members are currently serving jail terms. Dr. Opudin, Dr. Atufosin, and other 3 NDC members are also currently facing trial. And Eduji has the nerves to talk about corruption. You should give us a break. Where is the record of the NDC of ever having taken through prosecution and then the court then convicting any serving officer of an MPP administration? That is the record, and he should speak to that record. That has been reiterated again by Honorable Fuseni right here. Evans Dinko from Garu says the Kwanlugu Dam has 2 components, the dam and the irrigation project. The over $11 million paid in full is the irrigation project. You need to build a dam first before you construct channels for the irrigation. How do you pay for the irrigation component, which hasn't been done? It's a problem. Alfred Triddles, good morning to you. Our beloved country grapples with challenges of poverty, inequality, and infrastructure, Ghana's future depends on John Dramani Mahama's 24-hour economic policy. I'll give the last word to Mr. Hussaini right here. I asked a question on the page. So I asked whether Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's comment on Asempa in the year 2000 has been misconstrued or misinterpreted on the Palugu Dam. James Adurintin says he's just not telling the truth. Patrick Opoku says Roland. He said it. Okay, Kwekweron says in the interview, he said it has been done, and he's now telling us that when he wins power, he will make sure that it will be done. That clearly shows an untruth. Well, you use a lie, so I wanted. Roland Walker, Mahama Baba says, Roland Walker, we've been through this always. Upon Nkrumah will use English to explain English to her. Today, Hussaini is also explaining tree with English. Right. All right. So that bit. But your last word. I'm calling Teresa Wuni to ask her whether she
do.
Go ahead, do. Okay.
Do call.
Good morning to you, Teresa Wuni. Good morning to you, Member of Parliament. I'm told that there was a meeting of various stakeholders on the Garage project, and you as an MP, you were not available. Your former opponent is here, former Member of Parliament.
Who said it?
Oh,
yes.
That's
Hussaini. There were several
you were absent. You decided to boycott it. That's the
in
position.
Parliament, in Friday. That's what
in Parliament.
Anyway, am I on air?
Yes, you are live on air. Why did you boycott?
Thank you very much, and good morning to your listeners. I'm surprised Honorable Hussaini Issa would sit on such a big platform and say this. The last stakeholders meeting we attended together, he was there, was at Chimota and Akwetema Pentecost Church,
yes.
where we met Garage and the community to discuss the way forward for our community. And so if he sits there as a former MP and make this claim, I would be self-reliant. I am forwarding my questions I filed in Parliament to the minister concerning the projects in Alogoshi and Akwetema. I have followed through. I was there when we cut short together. And so I am sure that through to that Parliament, and you see, Teresa Wuni has become so popular that when Parliament minority side makes
Madam Teresa Wuni.
Yeah.
Okay, so the position is that in Parliament, you have been under, the premise is that you have been undertaking alongside him as well, stakeholder engagement in the communities for which your constituency will be benefiting, right?
Yeah.
But why is it that at the sitting of the House, where we would have had this finally concluded, you as a beneficiary MP for your constituent was absent?
I wasn't absent. That's why I'm surprised. I was present in Parliament, and I've been part of this engagement throughout. So I don't know what my former MP is talking about. The fact that the minority side opposes to loans, especially loans that cannot be accounted for. Look, yes, I want development in my community. I can tell you that the foreman and other people who are working on site have not been paid. People who are on site now have not been paid. If you take loan for a project and the purpose for which you take the loan is not executed, you think that we don't have the right to ask questions? You think that we should continue to approve loans when we don't know what the money is being used for? Look, I am the first person who would advocate for development in my community. Their cheap propaganda will not fly. They have a product they cannot sell in Okanke North. They have a candidate they cannot sell in Okanke North.
Madam Teresa Wuni.
They want to add Teresa to every message.
Madam Teresa Wuni, I didn't call you on campaign. We'll do the MP to MP, MP to candidate debate. So
no, Ronald, no campaigning. I am not campaigning. I am responding to what that honorable man has said.
No, so you are saying that it was a minority position against the intent of the loan?
Yes, can they bring the facts? Can they tell you where I stood on my own as Teresa Wuni to make certain utterances?
Okay.
Yes, I stand by my side in Parliament because we stand on the side of Ghanaians. The hardship in the country, Roland, you are feeling it yourself. And so if this incompetent, insensitive government will continue to take loans and will not utilize it for the purpose which they take, we have the right to ask questions as Ghanaians. That is all there is to it. I have advocated for the Garrett project in my community. I have handed in Parliament to prove for it, and I have my people at heart. Thankfully, the people of Okaikwe know me so well, and this propaganda will not fly.
Okay, would you want to stay on and hear what Honorable Fuseni will say, or you want to go off?
Well, I don't mind. I would like to hear what he says.
Okay.
My point, Roland.
Yes,
is that on Friday, when push came to shove, and the Parliament of Ghana was approving a loan of 150 million to continue with the Garrett project,
which will benefit.
My member of Parliament decided to play politics with the issue, and she stood with her people. Okaikwe North is the only constituency that has two communities, Alogboshi and Akwetema, added in this project. Every time it rains, those communities, they flood. When you go to Abofu today, look at the storm drains that was constructed by President Kufuor. The slabs are falling off. People's houses are being flooded. Yet still, my member of Parliament decided to play politics. Yes, as a member of Parliament, I have been there before. Ask your questions. But when it gets to the point, when development has to take place, you have to stand with your people. You told the people that you were seeking their interest, hence they voted for you. But when it came to decision making, you decided to play politics by standing with your political party. And yes, so you want to go back to them to renew your mandates. That is not fair unto the people of Okaikwe North. And that the people should remember that when it comes to development in Okaikwe North, you will seek the interest of your political party. And who is calling who incompetent? You have been member of Parliament.
Please.
You have been member of Parliament. Tell me one single project that you are able to bring.
You told me not to do politics. He's clearly doing politics.
And when you don't rate the project that I did in the
Madam Teresa Awuni, the member of Parliament, thank you.
Roland,
yes,
Roland,
yes, please.
I need to respond to what he has said.
Okay, please, yes.
Without fairness, I need to respond to what he has said.
Go ahead, I give you 2 minutes.
I want Honorable Fuseni to know that I, Teresa Awuni, advocate for development in Okaikwe North.
What development have you brought to the
place?
I have fought for the Garrett project. I have followed through. It is not enough. It is not enough to say that the Garrett project is coming. If you are a member of Parliament, it is your duty to follow through. Look, we have roads in Akwetema that you sent through as a member of Parliament, and projects were awarded and you could not follow for the road to be constructed. I made sure that I followed up to the ministry, and those roads in Akwetema today has been constructed. And so don't sit and play politics. Honorable Fuseni, I love my people of Alogochi, they love me. I love my people of Akwetema, they love me, and they know that I have their interest at heart. Garrett project, yes, we will push you to do the right thing. Garrett, yes, you let him account for every single money. You take in the name of the people. You cannot take me money in the name of my constituents. Share it among your party people, and especially as a member of Parliament.
Election Command Center. The debate even haven't started yet. That will be it for now. Thank you for passing through the studios. Again, we have cash out. It goes with a short code *439#. With *439#, you have to choose option 2. You get money credited into your mobile money account, and with that, when we do the draws with *439#, you will get cash out. Thank you.